How many steps does it take to sell a car to a foreign market? If you follow the steps of stuffing an elephant into a refrigerator, you only need to go through 3 steps: making the car, transporting it, and delivering it. This is undoubtedly the most ideal state. After all, the global market can be expanded in only 3 steps. Isn't this the dream of all car companies? However, this dream is still very unrealistic at the moment. It is like putting an elephant into a refrigerator. The above 3 steps are just to let the car complete the displacement process. There must be very complicated steps for a car to be legally sold in other countries. Of course, this also includes the test of the vehicle. First of all, the most basic demand must be that this car is legally produced in China, or sold, otherwise it is a substandard product in China. How can it be exported to other countries on behalf of China? Then, since you want to sell the car abroad, you need a corresponding marketing network, and for the car, you also need to build a complete after-sales service channel. So not only do you have to find a buyer, you also have to be accountable to them. Legal production and sales are still not the biggest problem for exporting a car. The real test is actually the car itself. Because the certification standards of each country and region are different, car companies must take into account factors such as emission standards, safety standards, or special configurations when developing. Therefore, although it feels that a car can be exported overseas after 3 steps, I think only those car companies that have really tried can understand the difficulty of these 3 steps. Overseas markets are an important part of Geely Auto's strategic layout. In the first half of the year, Geely achieved export sales of about 88,000 vehicles, a year-on-year increase of 64%, one place higher than last year, ranking 4th in the industry. Among them, as a new global high-end brand, Lynk & Co has delivered about 10,000 vehicles in Europe, a year-on-year increase of nearly 40 times, and the battery electric model Geometry C, with a market share of 21.7%, ranks first in the BEV market in Israel. Wait, what? Why did Geely Geometry suddenly become hot sale this year? Whether the product is popular or not, the sales volume can prove it. Statistics show that in November, Geometry's monthly sales in China exceeded 13,000 vehicles, a year-on-year increase of 61%. Looking at the cumulative results of the previous 11 months, the cumulative performance of 130,000 vehicles and a growth rate of 186% have allowed the Geometry brand to double its annual sales ahead of schedule, achieving monthly sales of more than 12,000 for 6 consecutive months, the highest single-month sales 18,000 vehicles. With the influence of the car buying boom in December and the car buying factors during the Spring Festival, it is expected to hit the sales peak of 150,000 vehicles in 2022. Geely's new energy products have been silent for so long. Why did they suddenly rise? In addition, some people may wonder, since the monthly sales of Geometry are only about 10,000 vehicles, in the annual new energy market of 6 million vehicles, can it show Geely's strength as a major car manufacturer with annual sales of 1 million? Okay, that and more is exactly what we are going to talk about. Let's take a look. In my opinion, in the initial stage of new energy development, the market model is bound to be relatively deformed. But once the new energy industry matures, it must follow a rugby-like development trend and path. By then, 150,000 yuan battery electric vehicles will become the mainstream of consumption. What Geometry has to do is to take the lead in gaining a firm foothold in this market by virtue of Geely's strong strength and resources. Therefore, it is not difficult to find out why there are currently 5 products, but 4 products are distributed in the A-class car market with a price of 150,000 yuan. When many rookies forced their companies to go bankrupt due to a shortage of funds and users, the tenacity of Geely's Geometry shown in the past 4 years is beyond the reach of any new car maker. So, When we are studying why geometry can achieve a perfect reversal after 3 years of dormancy, we naturally cannot ignore the powerful Geely behind it and the strength accumulated by Geely for more than 30 years of car manufacturing. For example, in the past, electric vehicles had a major pain point, that is, the battery life was not true, and most companies used false labels to enhance the long life selling point of their products. But geometry is very real. Every year when the major media conduct winter endurance tests, geometry cars are on the list. Taking this year's extreme cold and low temperature challenge as an example, the Geometry M6 won the title of champion in this category with a battery life completion rate of 80.3% among battery electric vehicles of this level. Over the years, almost all geometry car owners have been full of praise for the quality, power consumption, battery life and other product experience of geometry cars, and they are deeply impressed by the true battery life label of geometry. This is also the key to the strong improvement in geometry car sales. If the competition in the first half of electrification has been fierce, then the intelligence capability in the second half will become a key element of the competition. As the pioneering force of China's independent auto brand head enterprises transforming new energy, geometry is also catching up in the level of intelligence, especially in the G6/M6 II products, with the standard configuration of HarmonyOS cockpit system and L2 driving assistance system. The intelligent experience has risen to a new level, allowing consumers to benefit from technology. According to the non-discriminative evaluation of intelligence, the Geometry G6 successfully won the new energy model smart car after passing the 6 tests: car machine routine, interactive convenience, function satisfaction, language completion, driving assistance, and function expansion. It successfully won the first place in the comprehensive ranking of new energy models, smart cars and locomotives, far surpassing the performance of products and models such as Xpeng P7, BYD Qin EV, and Tesla. As for the safety, quality, and service of electric vehicles, Geely has a technical accumulation of annual sales of 1 million vehicles and cumulative sales of tens of millions of vehicles, as well as more than 30 years of car manufacturing background and customer service system. Therefore, whether it is in terms of car safety, quality, reliability, user reputation, etc., Geometry's products are enough to make people feel at ease. For example, in the J.D. Power 2022 China New Energy Vehicle Customer Experience Value Research Ranking, Geometry scored 813 points, second only to leading Ideal and Xpeng, and won the third place, far exceeding the average score of 795 points of Chinese brands, which is enough to explain Geometry's customer experience value and satisfaction are indeed at the forefront of the industry. Making a car is a marathon, and there is no shortcut in the market. It is nothing more than making products and services well and bringing consumers experience and value that other brands cannot replace. After 4 years of accumulation and precipitation, Geometry has started the acceleration mode in the era of rapid development of new energy and on the new track. Especially after 2022 ended perfectly with doubled sales, Geometry will continue to achieve transformation in the brand new energy development stage in 2023 with strength labels such as intelligence, true battery life, and safety and move towards the most advanced battery electric market. So, are you optimistic about Geely's development in the new energy vehicle market? Well, thanks for listening. See you next time.